Hello and welcome to the La Liga preview. My name's James Harrington. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and if you do enjoy the video, that thumbs up. Today we'll be previewing matchday 23. Let's look at the league table after matchday 22. Still at the top of the table, there is Atletico Madrid. However, they dropped points versus Celta Vigo after the Galician side got a late draw. In second, Real Madrid recorded back-to-back wins versus Huesca and Getafe. In sixth, Real Sociedad finally recorded a long-awaited victory with a 4-1 trouncing of Cadiz. In the bottom half, after their midweek defeat to Real Madrid and a weekend defeat to Sevilla, Getafe slipped to 13th. Osasuna jump up to 15th with their important 2-1 win at home to Eibar, and after defeat to Alaves, Real Valladolid now drop into the bottom three. Okay, well let's quickly talk about those games I previewed last weekend. Huesca versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid ran out 2-1 victors in this match thanks to Rafael Varane getting both of the goals. A king of the match performance from him. Huesca did look sprightly at the beginning of the first and second half. However, Zinedine Zidane will be boosted by this performance, and hopefully that is a morale boost to the Los Blancos changing room. We then had Osasuna versus Eibar. 2-1 to Osasuna. Budimir getting his 5th goal of the season thanks to an Adrian flick. Again for Arrasate, this is great news for him because that lifts the team out of the bottom three. And finally there was Alaves versus Real Valladolid. Nothing much to talk about in the first half. However, Joselu got the winner in the 66th minute, and it's great to see him and Lucas Perez back together again. So the game I want to talk about today is Villarreal versus Real Betis. Now Villarreal, let's focus in on them. They're coming off the back of a 2-2 draw versus Elche. Gerard Moreno gave them the lead with a brace. However, once he was substituted, the comeback from Elche was truly on. Now this was their 12th draw this season. I think it was their 4th consecutive draw with the likes of Granada, Huesca, Real Sociedad, where Danny Pereira got the absolute screamer of a goal, and now Elche. I mean, that is a truly mind-blowing run of form for a team chasing Europe. Quickly talk about Gerard Moreno and how great it was to see him back on the pitch, especially alongside Paco Alcacer. Gerard Moreno is 4th in the La Liga top scorers this season with 12 goals. I think it's 2 assists, whilst Paco Alcacer is on 5 goals, I believe. And I think that partnership can do true damage. But just on Gerard Moreno, the Opta did a stat where he's been responsible for 45.25% of Villarreal's La Liga goals this season. He's a crucial player for them. He's good at making runs, he's good at playing across the front three, coming deep as well to collect the ball, and he's just calm in front of goal. And at 28, he's arguably in his prime. Now, taking a step back and kind of looking at the big picture for Villarreal, this season was a key one for them. They finished 5th last year, and when Unai Emery came in, his mandate was clear. Get us Champions League football. They invested heavily in the likes of Parejo, who, as I said earlier, got a screamer of a goal, but he's been playing that central midfield role and really orchestrating the team. And Francis Coquelin as well. But looking at it, they've just been knocked out of the Copa by Levante. They are 6 points off 4th place, Sevilla, who've got a game in hand, I believe, and they're still in the Europa League. Now, as a Villarreal fan, what would you think about that? Is the season going well? Is it a cause for concern? Or is it too early to tell? Comment below your thoughts, but I'm interested to see what Villarreal fans make of Unai Emery's tenure. Now, focusing on this game against Real Betis. It's at the Estadio de Ceramica, which is a fortress. Villarreal haven't lost at home this season, so that's a good thing. But a problem for Villarreal at the moment is the injuries. Now, in my previous video, my January winter review, I talked about Etienne Capoue and what a smart signing I thought he was, so do go check it out. However, he's now injured, and so is Francis Coquelin. Does that mean Juan Foyth comes in and they keep their 4-3-3, or do they change to maybe a 4-4-2? This is a big game, and they're against a side that are in 7th place and breathing down their neck. Let's talk about Manuel Pellegrini's Real Betis. In the last 6 La Liga matches, they've got 11 points out of a possible 18. Slightly better than their opponents, Villarreal, who've got 10. They've just been defeated by Barcelona 3-2. However, Barcelona did need to bring on Messi to inspire a comeback, and he got a goal after being on the pitch for, I think it was 136 seconds. But there were positives from this performance. They were good on the counter, good against crosses, and someone I want to talk about, Borja Iglesias. Big money signing in 2019 for €28 million. In his last season at Espanyol, got 17 goals. High hopes with a Borja. And in his last 4 appearances in all competitions, he's got 4 goals. That is more than his previous 52 matches. Big question marks are around, will he ever come good? To be honest, that's been the question marks over the entire front line at Real Betis this season. Tony Sanabria has now gone to Serie A, and Lauren Moron's only got 1 goal in La Liga this season. It seems like they now know how to play with Borja, feeding the ball at his feet. He's good with his feet and is clinical in front of goal. Before this game, Manuel Pellegrini talked about 2 things. He talked about Sergio Canales and how influential he is for the side. And I've talked about Sergio before, 7 goals, 4 assists. Instrumental in the upturn of form for Real Betis since his return from injury. But Pellegrini also talked about European hopes. That might have seemed strange if he did that in the autumn or winter last year, because there was a real slump around how Real Betis were performing. And after a team that finished 15th last season with names like Fekir, it might have seen a dim hope. However, their form has been good since January, and it's definitely on the cards. The problem though for Real Betis is their defence. They've conceded the most goals in the league. I think it's 37. What doesn't help is the likes of Victor Ruiz getting an own goal in the last game, but he did redeem himself with a goal. But I think importantly, it's the fact they've had to change their goalkeepers. They brought Bravo in the summer on a free, leader, winner. However, he's been injured, and they played Joel Robles, who has made some good saves recently. Going into this game then, Real Betis have said as well, Manuel Pellegrini has said that he believes his team can compete with any other club, even if they are on a superior level, and I actually believe that looking at how they play at the moment. Let's just look at how they came back 2-0 versus Real Sociedad thanks to Joaquin and how instrumental he was. Now, what do I think about the predictions for this match against Villarreal? I think it's going to be an exciting game, I think it's going to be a tense game, and I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go with, Villarreal fans are going to hate me for this, another draw, 2-2. I think it'll be a close one, and definitely a point that Villarreal will be happy with to keep their European hopes alive. So the next game I want to talk about, Eibar versus Real Valladolid. Now, frankly, I didn't expect to be talking about these teams as extensively as I have done in recent weeks. But this is all part of this Relegation Royale series, and if you do have a better name, please do let me know. Stick it in the comments, but I'm going to stick with Relegation Royale for now. So I'm going to keep this one brief. Let's talk about Eibar first and foremost. 1 point in their last 5 La Liga games. They lost to Osasuna, who for me were the deserved winners, but 2 players in particular did stand out, Kike and Brian Hill. Now I'm going to use this segment to really focus on Brian Hill. He's one for the future, a real hot prospect. Broke in the Sevilla side last season and then went on loan in the second half of the campaign to Leganés. He came to Eibar on loan to get some first team football under Mendilibar, and he has flourished. With his performances at Eibar, he broke into the Spain under-21 national team, and he's a true left winger. Good dribble of the ball, great crosses, and all round just really positive, and he plays quite bravely actually. I just want to give you some stats about how crucial Brian Hill is from an article I read by Total Football Analysis, which is a great read. Do go check it out. So the stats I want to point you out to are, among all La Liga players, Brian Hill is inside the top 10 for expected assists per 90, key passes, passes into the area, carries into the area, and crosses. Hill has contributed 37 shot-creating actions so far this season in La Liga, averaging 3.34 per 90 minutes. Hearing those stats, he clearly is going to challenge someone like Suso next season when he returns back to his parent club. He's really good as well at doing the defensive duties, and that's what Mendilibar likes, a hard worker. Someone who I believe is going to be critical if Eibar can survive this season. The last time Eibar won was against Granada in January. They won 2-0. Who got both of the goals? Brian Hill. So let's talk about Real Valladolid. They've just had a defeat to Alaves, 1-0, which to be honest, there's no real positives I can talk about. There's a lot of negatives, how toothless they were in attack. Roque Mesa only having 1 shot of note for Valladolid, and puts a lot of pressure on Sergio at the moment. The 3-time Segunda Division champions are in their 3rd consecutive season in La Liga, and to be honest, it's not looking good for them. They've slipped into the bottom 3 after that defeat, and losing to Alaves and also Huesca recently, those teams that are in the thick of it with them in the relegation, doesn't bode well. Looking at Valladolid's form, home and away, they've only got 2 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses. In 9 games, they haven't scored any goals, so they're firing blanks. The only recent positive for Valladolid at the moment is the signing of Lucas Oilata from Celta Vigo. Hopefully gives them more of an attacking outlet. I think all Valladolid fans know, Sergio knows, Ronaldo, the owner, knows, this is a must-win game. There's nothing more I can say than that. It's critical for them. But do I think they can do it? No, I don't think they're going to win this game. Because when I watched the games last weekend, Eibar and Valladolid's matches, I just felt Eibar had more to offer. I think it's going to be 1-0 Eibar versus Valladolid. Well, that's my La Liga preview for this week for Matchday 23. Comment below your predictions. If you did enjoy the video, give it that thumbs up, hit the notification bell, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.